It's so funny because it was such an unexpected ask that it really, I think I did a double take, like, wait, me? Really? They want to consider me for it? But it was really so beautiful because I love the fairy tale. And I think as an actor, you know, I've played a girl growing up in college, which isn't too far off from my own life. So to be able to take something on that's so centered around magic and fantasy was really special.
I don't think that's a bug. But it's a...
She is a fairy. And if I know one thing about fairies, it's that they don't take kindly to being called bugs.
Are you Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
My process was different because when they had reached out, it really centered on conversations with our director, David. And so I remember the first time we were able to get on Zoom because we were in the height of the pandemic and we were talking about the script that I had read. And we bonded over all sorts of things, from the fact that at the time I was taking a class about Old English language, which he was familiar with because he was working on The Green Knight at the time. But our conversations really ranged from the physicality of Tinkerbell and the fact that he pulled so much inspiration from silent movies and actors in the silent times and how emotive and expressive they had to be, to then getting into the details of what the storylines meant to him and how I resonated with them. So it was really such a special way to enter a project because I don't know if I've ever had that opportunity for it to just start with a conversation and to start by talking about what we love and what we share in common.
Now I will repay in kind with my sword.
Strike then, if you've got the courage. And strike true. For to die would be an awfully big adventure.
The preparation was quite funny. I know my brothers thought I was absolutely crazy because before my Tinkerbell days, they could only hear me thumping around in my room as I was practicing flying. I mean, so much of it goes down to the talented visual effects people. So my job when I got to set was really about being as expressive as possible, and I would watch the scenes that they had filmed in Vancouver and Finland before because I wasn't going to be on set. So I'd watch it so I knew what was happening, because on the day I would have pictures of my castmates on different stands set around me as my eye lines, and then they'd play the scene so I could hear it, but I'd have to remember, oh, Michael's talking over here, and then, oh, I flew up, so now I'm looking up, and now I'm looking down because I'm now higher than everybody else. So it was very technical. And then it was funny because I'm motion capture and they didn't have to have me on wires, I had to figure out what my physicality looked like from here up. And so there was a lot of tiptoe work, a lot of work on my tiptoes as I practiced landing and how would I land and how would I look if my hands were in mid-air but I was flying. So I was actually quite sore at the end of every day playing Tinkerbell. That's a great question. I think one of my favorite scenes is actually the first scene that you see Tinkerbell in. So without spoilers, it was so fun to shoot that introduction because it's full of pixie dust. It's that first moment that you lay your eyes on this fairy. And so it was one of the only scenes that I think we went back to shoot it quite a few times because as they continued to film the rest of the scene on set, we'd get more information, more details about how we wanted it to happen, but you're introduced to her and her powers, and it's just such a fun thing to shoot because it's full of whimsy. In scenes that I don't know if it even made it to the movie, I do a lot of chasing of shadows, which was quite fun. And then the most challenging scene, I'd have to say some of the emotional scenes were a really fun challenge just because I was shooting by myself, and so while I did have all of the other actors' incredible work to go off of, from memory, I kind of had to remember what the performance was that they were giving to then be able to react to it. And so there are certain moments where it very much took being very present and in my own mind to picture that I wasn't shooting in some garage set in Burbank, but that I was in a magical fairyland where I was trying to rescue my friends.
I don't want to grow up. I want things to stay the way they are.
Can't stop time, Wendy, whether you like it or not.
Gotcha! You were flying. A little bug did it. I don't think that's a bug.
She is a fairy.
Are you Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
I can fly! Is that
Neverland! Is this everything you dreamed of?
I could never have dreamed of this. What is this place?
No rules, no schools, no bedtimes, and most of all,
No growing up. Are you Wendy? Tiger Lily. Peter. Peter!
Captain, it's Peter Pan.
Never say his name.
Don't touch my brother!
miss me?
Just like old times.
All your times are old, Captain.
Everyone, hang on!
Did you hear that?
That is one big... To grow up might just be the biggest adventure of all.